All right, Howard, thank you very much. And we're at the Playboy Club Hotel and Casino here in Atlantic City, where Michael Spinks, in just a few minutes, begins his fourth defense of his WBA light heavyweight championship. Here's the introductions now. Ring announcer is Frank Shane.
Hotel and Casino here in Atlantic City, where this afternoon Butch Lewis Promotions Incorporated, Butch Lewis Promoter, in association with the Playboy Hotel and Casino, take great pleasure in presenting the World Boxing Association Light Heavyweight Championship fight. This afternoon, the officials assigned by the World Boxing Association and approved by the New Jersey State Athletic Commission, the doctors in attendance, Dr. Frank B. Doggett, Chief Physician, Dr. Paul T. Williams, and Dr. Stanley P. Rogers. The timekeeper, Roy Johnson, knockdown timekeeper at the bell, referee Vincent Renoni. The judges. On this side here, we have Harry Cecchini from Baltimore, Ismael Vizo Edwards from Santurce, Puerto Rico, and Eva Shane from New Jersey. The referee in the ring at this time, Jimmy Rondeau.
Okay, Frank, keep it up.
This contest, 15 rounds for the World Boxing Association Light Heavyweight Championship of the World. In the blue corner, the very capable challenger wearing blue trunks, trimmed with red, white, and blue stripe, weighed in at 174.25 pounds. He's from New Orleans, Louisiana, rated number 2 by the World Boxing Association. His career record, 26 wins, 6 losses. Let's hear it for Jerry Celestine. And in the red corner, wearing black trunks trimmed with white, weighing in at 173.75 pounds. Olympic gold medal champion, undefeated World Boxing Association light heavyweight champion. His career record, 20 wins, 16 knockouts. Here is the very capable champion, Michael Spinks.
All right, your officials for the fight. The judges are Eva Shane, Fort Lee, New Jersey, Ismael Fernandez out of Puerto Rico, and Harry Cecchini, who is also listed from Puerto Rico, not Baltimore, as introduced. Jimmy Rondeau comes out of Seattle, Washington.
Watching what we discussed, I expect this to be a good, hard, clean fight.
Tail of the tape, obvious there to you as the referee talks to the two fighters, and we're ready to go. You can see that Michael Spinks has a huge edge in reach. His arm span 80 inches. His brother Leon Spinks, former heavyweight champion, is at ringside. So we're ready to go with Michael Spinks' fourth defense of his WBA light heavyweight championship. Michael, age 25. He has 20 wins and no losses. And what a glorious opportunity this has turned out for Jerry Celestine, ranked number 3 by the WBA. Michael Spinks was originally scheduled to defend against Johnny Davis, but Davis came down with a stress fracture in his foot during training, and that opened the door for Celestine, and Jerry jumped at it. It has not been an easy time in this life for 32-year-old, made almost 33 years of age, Jerry Celestine. Jerry did 5 years in prison, had interrupted his career, but he got acquainted with Leslie Bonanno, who is involved with the Orleans Parish Sheriff's boxing program in New Orleans, and it was that relationship that really got him going and got him to this point where he is today. The challenge for the light heavyweight championship against Michael Spinks. Spinks winning the title from Eddie Mustafa Muhammad. He won it in July of 1981, a 15-round decision. All of his defenses have been TKOs. Bonzel Johnson in 7, Mustafa Wazaja in 6, and Murray Sutherland in 8. Celestine worked as a sparring partner for Michael Spinks when Spinks was preparing for his challenge of Mustafa Muhammad, and he stayed with him as a spar mate through the defense against Von Zell Johnson. So they know each other quite well. It was interesting that Michael Spinks was so interested in what happened last night in Las Vegas, because as soon as there is sufficient body growth, I think you're going to see Michael Spinks move on in to a challenging position for a heavyweight fight. We had one light heavy. In fact, the former champion, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, tried to make the move into the heavyweight ranks, and he was not very successful. But Michael Spinks may well be another story. This is round one, scheduled for 15. New Jersey Athletic Commission rules, 10-point must scoring. No spread in the round, more than 10-7. A mandatory 8 count. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. A low blow cannot terminate the fight, and the referee has no vote. Little less than a half minute to go in round number 1. Nothing of consequence by either fighter in the first round. Here's round 2, WBA light heavyweight championship fight. The champion Michael Spinks in the black trunks with a white stripe on it, and Jerry Celestine, number 3 ranked challenger at 175 pounds, in the blue trunks. Nothing of consequence in the first round for either man. Michael pretty much going to his target. Celestine letting him come. They haven't really squared off and tested one another as yet. Celestine coming in with a reported record of 26-6. Spinks coming in undefeated after 20 professional fights. Michael, of course, the gold medalist, middleweight, beating the Soviet boxer Rispiev in the Olympic Games at Montreal, 1976. There have been a couple of fights in recent hours in the light heavyweight division that may have something to do with next month's rankings, as Murray Sullivan was knocked out by Eddie Davis in the 6th round, and Tony Mundine decisioned Mustafa Wazaja. And coming into the fight today, the official WBA rankings had Sutherland 5 and Wazaja 4. That'll change. In the WBA, Matthew Saad Muhammad is considered the number 2 challenger. The third man in the ring, and he's a good one. I've known him almost 30 years. Jimmy Rondeau from Seattle, Washington. There's a little short right hand by Celestine to the side of Spinks' face. Michael using the long left. Neither man has really been able to load anything as yet. There's a left hook by Michael Spinks. In the Spinks corner, Nelson Bryson, the trainer, Percy Richardson, Rabbi Lee. In the Celestine corner, Les Bonanno, Pat Flanagan, and Sam Kleindorf. Inside 20 seconds to go in round 2. Hard right hand shot to the body by Michael Spinks.
Professional.
Round 3, WBA light heavyweight championship. Michael Spinks defending against Jerry Celestine. That left hook by Celestine just short. Spinks moved away from it. Brother Leon Spinks at ringside in Michael's corner. Again, the judges, one of them a lady, Eva Shane, Fort Lee, New Jersey. Ismael Fernandez, Puerto Rico, Santurce. Harry Cicini, also from Puerto Rico. There's that hard right hand to the body again by Michael Spinks. Spinks just 25. Jerry Celestine right at 33. Celestine from New Orleans. Spinks, born in St. Louis, now living in Philadelphia. Right hand dug to the body by Celestine. Left hand by Spinks, followed by a right by Spinks. Celestine dances off the ropes. Stung by it. Michael looking in his corner and saying to somebody, be quiet. I think it was to his brother. Alert our local stations along the way. At the end of this round, we'll take a station break. There's a hard right hand by Celestine, and Spinks retreats across the ring, stung by it, and he ties him up. So Michael Spinks was jarred by the right hand from Jerry Celestine. Biggest punch of the fight for Celestine so far. Right hand by Spinks catches Celestine on the side of the head, and Jerry ties him up. Hard right dug to the body there by Spinks. The more powerful of the blows exchanged there. Celestine now, a little more active, more aggressive, landing the one big right hand. Spinks now, coming again. Round three's about over. We'll be back with more of this light heavyweight championship fight after this word from our local. We're back here in Atlantic City as Michael Spinks defends his WBA light heavyweight championship, and he was stung in the third round by a big right hand from former sparmate Jerry Celestine. Celestine at age 33, knowing full well that this is a glorious opportunity for him. The first time he has ever had a chance to fight for a title. Fundamentally, Jerry is a counterpuncher. But the right hand in which he hurt Spinks in the third round was a lead. Michael Spinks with an arm reach of 80 inches. Tall, raw-boned fellow. Weighed in at 173 3/4. Celestine came in at 174 1/4. There's that long left as Spinks exercises the advantage in reach. To get by Spinks' left hand. Here it is again. And again. And again. And again. Celestine wild there. That's an energy-sapping experience when you're looking at the possibility of 15 rounds. Inside 20 seconds to go in round 4. Spinks continuing to peck away with that strong left hand. It is so long. 25. As the champion, Michael Spinks comes out. WBA light heavyweight champion. He's in the black trunks on the left of the picture with the striped socks, and Jerry Celestine in the blue trunks. Close fight so far. Spinks stung by Celestine right in the third. Spinks scored very well in the fourth, using that 80-inch reach of his. Scored very well with the left hand. Pops it again into the face of Celestine. Michael Spinks is one of those fighters that seems to get better, better, and better. There's a right hand pop to the face of Spinks, and another one by Celestine. So those are right hand leads. Apparently Jerry figures that could be very effective for him, and it has. That right hand by Celestine missed. Both fighters indicating in conversations that I had with them this morning considerable respect for the other man. And neither would confirm any kind of strategy. Knowing each other as well as they do, they were just willing to wait and see. Both saying they were fully prepared to go 15 if necessary. Murray Sutherland went 8 rounds with Spinks. Mustafa Wasadja only 6. And Bonzel Johnson just 7. Celestine blocking the left hook by Michael Spinks. Partially deflected, but part of it got to the head of Celestine. They have stung him some. Another hard right to the body by Spinks. Pretty good right hand there by Celestine, partially deflected, but caught Spinks on the forehead. The corner of the champion, Michael Spinks. Nelson Bryson to the left. That's Percy Richardson across the way. Rabbi Lee, the gentleman wearing glasses. And it is Lee doing most of the talking in Michael Spinks' corner right now. And we get the whistle, which indicates we're ready now for round 6 as Celestine stands up from his stool and walks to the center of the ring. Jimmy Rondo, out of the state of Washington. Seattle is the referee. He's been almost silent so far during this fight. 5 rounds. He's a good one. There's that short right hand by Celestine to the face of Michael Spinks. The fight is fairly close. At least I think it is. The referee does not have a foul. Bob Lee, the New Jersey State Boxing Commissioner, representative here, Jersey Joe Walcott, of course, serves in the capacity with Bob Lee, the Assistant Commissioner, and the WBA representative, gentleman from Canada, Mr. Murray Sleep, out of Halifax. Celestine misses with a big right. Spinks misses with his big right. Comes after him with a succession of jabs. Trying to get him off balance, trying to load up a big one on him. Celestine with a right hand lead. Spinks misses with a big right. Uppercut by Michael Spinks. Misses. Hard shot to the body by Spinks. Comes across with the right hand to the side of Celestine's head. Spinks is really big and hard to the body. We are in round 6. just passing the halfway point. Scheduled for 15. Wicked uppercut. Hard right hand by Spinks. Stinging Celestine. Spinks pows into him now, sensing that his man is hurt. Celestine doesn't yield. Jerry stands right there, throws a right hand lead that misses and takes a hard shot to the body. Left hand to the face of Celestine as he bounced off the rope. So far in the round, Celestine has not been able to find Spinks with a right hand lead. Got him there with a short hook. It's been a bit of a tough round for Jerry Celestine, as Michael Spinks has pretty well dominated the 6th round. And it's about this point in all of his title defenses that I have seen, and I've seen them all, that he starts to come on. He gets tougher. You get into round 7 and 8, and that's as far as we've seen him go. Watch the uppercut. It definitely hurt Jerry Celestine, though he didn't yield. He came over the top with the right hand, again stinging him, but once again, Celestine refused to yield any real estate. The ring is 19-6, and they did not use a whole lot of it that time. Watch Spinks trying to load up, and he's not getting it over the top very often, except this particular round he did. So let's see whether or not he is able to maintain what he established there in round number 6. Roddy McDonald, the young Canadian from Toronto, who came in here today with a record of 22-1, went against a veteran, Cornell Chavis, out of New York at 15-6, and seemed to have the fight pretty well in hand, but the Canadian bomber got blasted himself at 43 seconds of the 7th round and knocked cold by Chavis in what most people here consider a considerable upset. Michael Spinks would seemingly be in the lead at the moment in his 4th defense of his WBA 175-pound championship, but it might have been the last round that swung it that way. One of the things you might have noticed during the moments in the corners, you see gentlemen in suits, civilian clothes, dress, standing up there wearing badges. Those are members or inspectors of the boxing commission. Spinks now starting to find Celestine again with some combinations. Jerry getting one good left hand to the face of Spinks. The right hand lead has been his most effective punch. But Spinks' left hand has been constantly in Celestine's face. Halfway point, round 7. Two lefts. The right by Jerry is short. The short left hook by Spinks. As we go inside a minute. Spinks picking off Celestine's combination there. Celestine backs into a neutral corner and fights his way out of it. 20 seconds to go in round 7. Spinks still working some to the body. He's going with heavy stuff. This round pretty close. Fight pretty close. Good right hand by Celestine. We go now to round 8. WBA light heavyweight championship fight. Michael Spinks defending against Jerry Celestine. Spinks out of Philadelphia, Celestine out of New Orleans. Neither man really showing any marks so far. Spinks with that left trying to set up his right, and Celestine escaped it. There's a hard right to the body by Spinks. Left hand pops into his face. Celestine escapes totally. That left coming off an 80-inch reach by Spinks is really lethal. Good left hook by both men. Short uppercut by Celestine, popping Spinks' head up. Brings the right over the top. Spinks scoring with it to the jaw of Celestine. A pair of tough, raw-boned, light heavyweights hammering away at each other. Spinks nails him with an uppercut. Celestine is hit with 2 more right hands and goes down. He is in Spinks' corner. 1:05 to go in the fight. It is over as Jimmy Rondo counts through 10. And Jerry Celestine was caught by an uppercut and 2 more right hands. And he's terribly upset over the turn of things right now. Bonanno comes across. Jimmy Rondo, the referee, counted through to 10 and waved it off because he didn't get apparently any response at all from Celestine. So with crashing suddenness, the fight stops in the 8th round as Michael Spinks continues to stop the opposition. There's the uppercut right there, and Celestine wobbles. Spinks nails him on the jaw with another right hand, a glancing left as he goes down, and the count went right through to 10. Again, you see the uppercut, the right hand, the glancing left, and it all happened right in Michael Spinks' corner. Celestine had been pounded pretty well in the 6th round, had come back well in the 7th round, and then all of a sudden in the 8th round, boom, it was over. 1:58 of the 8th round.
Seconds of the 8th round. The winner and still World Boxing Association light heavyweight champion. Let's have a big hand from Michael Spinks.
Michael Spinks at 1:58 of the 8th round. It goes in the books officially as a TKO. And so Jerry Celestine gave him a fight. He expected that Celestine would do just that. And it was a crushing right-hand uppercut followed by another right and then a glancing left, all to the head of Celestine that brought it to an end at 1:58 of the 8th round. And his brother Leon Spinks is now in the ring with him. We'll be talking to Michael Spinks as soon as he comes down out of the ring from the crowd of well-wishers, and we'll also have a chance to see the great Lupe Pintor in his latest defense of the WBC Bantamweight Championship. We'll be right back. we're back here in Atlantic City and sitting with the man who is still wearing the championship belt, the WBA light heavyweight champion of the world, Michael Spinks. Michael, I thought you were in a good, tough, close fight until that 8.
Yes, I was. I was in a very tough, grueling fight. It was a mind match. It was mental all the way. I had worked with Jerry numerous of times. He helped prepare me for Mustafa Muhammad. So he's a similar fighter to Mustafa. And I had to watch out for that counter right hand, which, as you saw earlier, he hit me with it, and it kind of shook me up. But I was able, in condition and everything, I was able to grab myself and realize what he was doing again.
I thought perhaps you might have stung him in the 6th round. He seemed to show a little weariness, but he came right back in the 7th.
He showed every bit of weariness throughout the fight. Once I started landing pretty good punches, but he's just not that type of fighter like Mustafa. Yeah. You can't go off of a look that he gives you. And normally I tell by the redness of the eyes or the way they move in the ring, but I just had to be patient because I worked with him so many times before, and it was just dangerous for me.
There is a place for patience in everything in athletics.
Yes, it is, and I'm one that learned to be very patient.
Let's take a look at some pictures of the win, and it came with crashing suddenness. In your corner, you see him getting a little wild there. Then you straighten him up. There's the one that started it. It was a powerful uppercut. Looked like you had all the leverage in the world on it, followed by the right and the glancing left.
Yes, it was. That was the Spinks jinx in slow motion, as you all see. He was just, you can see he countered with the right hand over my jab, and I was just able to loop the uppercut a couple of times, which is the Spinks jinx, and I tried to land it as flush as possible, and the left hook caught him on the way down, which was a beautiful combination, I think.
I thought Jimmy Rondo, the referee, first off, I thought he did a good job because I hardly noticed he was there.
He did a dynamite job, very professional.
But I thought counting on through to 10, since there was no reaction at all from Jerry, I thought was the very fair thing to do.
Yes, it was. He seemed to be very out of it, you know, very much out of it in the corner. And he just seemed like he was very disappointed because he didn't know what hit him, you know. So it was a good fight, and I give all the praise and honor and the glory to my good Lord and Savior who has carried me through once again. I'd like to say hello to all my fans in upstate New York, Albany.
Michael, one more question now. You're the manager. That's the way it's in the book. You're your own manager. What's next? What's next?
I'll continue to defend. I let my promoter, Butch Lewis, which is a very good man in my corner. And I just like to let everybody know this is my promoter.
All right.
The best in the business. I'd like to say hello to my brother, Kenneth. Wherever you may be at this time, I love you, and don't ever forget it. Hello to my hometown, St. Louis. All over the world, I love you all, and thanks for your support.
All right, Michael.
Thanks to ABC for everything, and mainly grossing where I prepare myself for all of it.
Good luck to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Good to see you again.
All right, good to see you.
Michael Spinks retaining his WBA light heavyweight championship with a crushing knockout of Jerry Celestine in the 8th round at 158. In a few moments, we're going to have a look at Lupi Pintor, one of the great ones, against Sung Hoon Lee. But right now, let's go to New York and spend a moment with Jim Lampley.
Once again, I'm Jim Lampley in ABC Sports Control in New York. You have seen Michael Spinks run his record to 21-0 with that successful title defense against Jerry Celestine.